Hi, welcome to a horror story ASMR style. Now, this story takes place in school. Just imagine being 16 years old, your junior year of high school. Just picture yourself in that school, having 9 periods in school each day, and your 5th period is lunch. You have nice sandwiches, your friends and classmates just sit around on the benches chatting about stuff, a bunch of everything, but definitely not school. And after your meals, you would go to your science class. Now, your science class is actually held in one of the basement classrooms of your school. It was big there. There were 3 floors, and even that wasn't enough to accommodate all the classes that were offered by the school. So they had to build a few classrooms in the basements. This was actually quite creepy as you go down the stairs. Tip, tap, tip, tap, tip, tap, tip. You just come in a long hallway which used to be a janitorial area. Now it's remodeled. It looks like a typical hallway, but the echoes of all the footsteps sound throughout the long hallway. Every time somebody walks there, you can hear the feet tip tap 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 tip tap. The basement used to be the area where the boiler rooms were, but after remodeling they had been given a new place in the school, a separate house. Now the hallway, as you look down, you see no intercoms, no loudspeakers, so really nothing there. For that reason, there were no classes held the first period for the morning announcements. Everybody referred to this section of the basement as the dungeon. Everybody always tried to get classes down there, just because it was cool there, air conditioned. Some even found the classes easier. And you have your own bathroom down there. Science classes there, always nice. New stuff in place. It was all new because it was remodeled. Now just imagine just finishing your class. You put down your pen, you gather your stuff, you take your cell phone, you text your friend. Now your friend, his name is John. You asked to meet him in the bathroom because you were bored. He is okay, as you walked down the small hallway to the bathroom, and you enter the bathroom, and a few seconds later John enters the bathroom. The two of you are joking around a bit until John, he checks his phone. He says someone texted him saying the school was going on lockdown. He was just trying to light up a smoke as you look a bit startled. Could it be? No, it couldn't. You both look at each other, more or less with the same grins. Neither of your teachers saw when you left the classrooms. Now, being on lockdown means you have free range of the school. Now, the two of you come up with a plan. You agree to sneak upstairs and look around the hallways, just for fun. What would happen? Nobody was there anyhow. And if there was, you could explain the announcement in the basement so classrooms were missed. It's easy. No intercom there. So how could you know? Now as you leave your basement door to the main floor, all the lights are turned off. So the hallways are pretty much pitch black, aside from some light pouring in through the doors in the lobby. Now those lights are always on. It's just a security light, just in case something might happen and you needed to know where you were, and so you could walk around comfortably. Now, you look at John, he looks at you, and he decides to step a little further into the hallway, and you follow. He looks down the hall, he says, he sees a shadow in the darkness. You look closer as well and say, yeah, you couldn't tell if it was a teacher or not. You had to go get closer. As you do, you notice the person there wasn't dressed like any staff member, more like a bum. You tell John to go, and as you hurry back down the basement, John sees whoever it was noticed we were going to the classrooms. The two of you are running, shutting the doors, turning off any other lights that you may see, the ones in your classroom, and you try to be very quiet as you hide for the mysterious person. You hear the person following you, you hear the steps in the hallway, tip tap tip tap tip tap tip tap tip tap. You enter the bathroom and you try to hide in the corner stall. It was all quiet there. Just a small drip from a sink was the only sound breaking the silence. Tip, 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 tip. Suddenly, the bathroom door opened. The light from the hallway poured in for a brief moment. Then the door shut and the bathroom was pitch black again. John and you try to control your breathing. You could hear somebody walking to your side of the bathroom. You could hear the breathing. You try to be very quiet. John did something very dumb. You whispered in your ear that you have to crawl through the other stalls but the room was so silent that John's whispers were heard by somebody from across the room. Because at that very moment the breathing stopped. A person tried pressing the stall door. That's when I whispered, "Go, John, go." Both of us, we crawled under the side wall to the next stall. And then the next stall. And the next stall. Finally, we got to the other side of the bathroom. The strange person was full on banging on the stall door. Bam, 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 bam. John, he quickly hopped up off the floor. He opened the door. And as the light filled the room again, he saw the guy from upstairs in the corner. We quickly closed the door. Quickly, we ran to John's class. Still, there was a teacher there, John's teacher. John quickly explained everything clearly as the teacher locked the door. He mentioned that the man had a gun sticking out of his pocket. You were shocked to hear this, because you didn't see a gun. But you went along with it. Usually a bunch of high school students would be laughing their asses off at two students causing a scene like this. But as you look around the room, all the kids are sitting in the corner, looking concerned. A sudden bang at the door made everyone jump, and a couple of girls squealed out of fear. John, the teacher, and I could see the man standing at the door, looking through the window, while trying the doorknob. A few bangs on the door. He probably was angry. Then he turned and walked down the hallway again, back to the stairs. We had no idea how long the lockdown went on. But for over an hour we sat in silence in the room, other than the teacher occasionally asking me and John questions with a very concerned tone, shaking his head. After everything, we would tell him eventually somebody from upstairs called the teacher, and he instructed all of us to single file walk up the stairs and out of the building, where we would be greeted by the cops. And John did the best we could at describing the man to the cops and to the dean. Now, this story actually turns out you and John are heroes. The cops pat you on the back and you are sent to go home after the incident. And now, when you go to school, you look around and you see cameras everywhere. Security budget was upped since the incident, and all the media attention. Now, if they ever found the guy, you don't know. But to this day, you still remember the beating of your heart in your chest, how tight your throat felt as you ran through the hallway, being chased by this strange person. But you know, at the end of the story, it all worked out. You and John were the heroes. Sleep well.